Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for joining today's session. We are going to be talking all about Google Ads and how to leverage pay-per-click advertising and paid media to generate more leads, more sales, and more opportunities, specifically for pest control business. Part of our digital dominance, this picture is strategy for maximizing your lead flow through the internet, from building a website that converts to ranking organically for your most important keywords and to buying leads from Facebook, Meta ads or Google ads or content management or Google My Business. Look, this is the internet marketing dominance. What we are talking about is number 2 today, Google Ads, pay-per-click. Before we jump in, I have a little housekeeping. So please keep your mics muted and use chat respectfully. And if you get questions, we will have Q&A sessions during my presentation. And this is being recorded. So by joining it, you consent to being part of it. For the next 60 minutes is very important. If you are serious about tripling your leads, for the next 60 minutes will change your life. What we will cover today is why PPC is the key to unlimited scalability. And we will have a live example, a case study. We believe that the best way to learn is with the case study. So you will see actual PPC campaign, which we generate for the last 2 years, 5 to 15 return on investment for pest control industry. And then we will break down the exact structure behind those results, what is happening in the background with ad groups, landing page, campaigns, and campaign optimization, and how we track them. And we will also dive into the most important KPIs you need to track, the numbers that tell you whether you are on track or off track. Because once you know what to measure, you can adjust confidently or decide it's time to scale, hire new technicians, add more trucks and to your fleet while maintaining predictable growth. So how does that sound? And if covering these 4 key areas with the real example, the structure, the KPIs, if it sounds like a win to you, put it in the chat as win. All right. Okay, I see one win. If you stick around until the end, I have got a few ethical bribes, some great bonuses to thank you for being here today with me. These are important keywords that we use for search campaigns. We also have an ultimate pest control and wildlife removal online marketing checklist. Additionally, we have Pest Control Trends and Marketing Trends 2025 ebook, which we are planning to renew it before 2026. So make sure to stay with us until the end. I will show you exactly how to access all of these resources, as we have spent a lot of time putting these together, and I promise it will worth it. First, who am I and why should you listen to me? I'm Faye Sebiolu. I'm an active member of National Pest Management Association, also a council member of Professional Women in Pest Management Industry. At Dijital Karma, we are Google certified partners, managing almost 4 million per year. I think we will end 2025, 4 million Google Ads budget. And it is specifically for pest control, home service, and home development industry. So what I'm sharing today is not based on theory or something I study. It's based on real world data and the strategies and campaigns we are running every day for companies just like yours and the results we have been achieving for our customers. What is our mission? Actually, we are committed to helping 500 plus pest control and wildlife removal companies triple their sales. For the last 1 year, we have been working with wildlife companies, and almost 4 years we have been working with pest control companies. We run the campaigns, manage the strategies, and also we track their success and how they grow. And if that sounds good, maybe I should take a look at your PPC setup and just drop a message in the chat, or Regina can drop our link for booking with me. And so that's my quick intro. Let's dive into the good stuff. It's all about content, strategy, and results. So This is the question. Should PPC be part of my overall internet marketing strategy? And yes, it should be. There are so many different ways to market your business. Search engine optimization, Google My Business, profile optimization, social media, ads, social media, content management, referrals, even postcards. I'm sure some of you already tried direct mailing. So couldn't I just rely on organic traffic and word of mouth? Absolutely, yes. PPC could be part of your overall internet marketing strategy. When we look at what works best for your pest control companies, the first priority is always having a great website that is built to convert, friendly, and easy to contact. So that is where your highest quality leads come from. But right after that, I just show you our digital dominance method. The second thing is Google Ads search campaigns. Because someone discovers termites or hears scratching in the attic or spots a raccoon in the garage, they are not scrolling Facebook waiting to see your post. They are going straight to Google and typing pest control near me or wildlife removal in your location, your city. So nearly every customer today searches online first when they have a pest or wildlife issue. So you need to show up everywhere your customers are looking. And PPC is one of the most powerful ways to capture those ready to book customers right at the moment they need you most. First of all, what makes different PPC from the other internet marketing mediums? First of all, they start showing up quickly. If you compare PPC to organic SEO, both are powerful. And if you conduct both of them together, they work very well together, but they work very differently. An organic strategy takes time. You build a great website, optimize your page, write blogs, build backlinks, and over time, your authority grows, which means you start ranking higher. But that process doesn't happen overnight. Even you make major improvement to your website today, it can take at least 2 to 3 months, and it is much more than 2 to 3 months if the keywords are so competitive. And unless you are in top 5 search results, you are barely visible to customers, which means very few leads will come in from organically or organic alone. But the beauty of Google Ads is that you can show up almost instantly. So we can set up campaigns, create landing pages, choose the right keywords, and start showing up where customers are searching within 20 to 48 hours. That means you can start generating clicks, calls, and form submissions almost immediately. So the second reason is PPC is valuable is that it helps you show up in all the places your customers are looking. In pest control, when someone spots a mice or termite damage or hears scratching in the attic, they don't wait around. They go straight to Google. So when you have Google Ads campaigns, first, what they see is ad campaigns on search results. Then the map pack, but above the map pack, now Google allows you to be above the map also. And then, ideally, you see organic results. So the third reason is Google Ads let you target keywords you may not rank for organically. Even the best search engine strategy won't get you show up for each keyword, especially broad or competitive ones like pest control near me or pest control in my location, in city. But with PPC, as long as someone in your service area searches for that keyword, you can be right there in front of them. And that's the beauty of paid search. You can appear for high intent searches like bedbug treatment, raccoon removal, termite inspection, or rodent control near me. Even if your website doesn't rank for all these keywords organically. And finally, I like the most, PPC give you scalability. So you can literally turn it up like a volume knob. If you are spending $2,500 per month and getting a solid return on investment, say 10,000 new jobs, and you know the math works, you can confidently scale to 3K or 5K. And it's very flexible. You can scale today for the next 1 month or next quarter, or decrease the budget because the season is ending. and wait for the new season. So why I believe PPC absolutely deserves a place in your marketing mix. It gets you in front of ready to buy customers first and fast. It complements your SEO and local service ads. It helps you to dominate search results and is completely scalable once your numbers make sense. And then why most PPC campaigns fail and why people think that it's not working. First of all, if you have been in business for a while, I'm sure chances are you have already been through the ringer when it comes to internet marketing, particularly with PPC. You were told just spend this much and you will get that amount of calls or leads. You have probably tired working with all the big marketing campaigns, you name it. And in many cases, you end up feeling like you are throwing your money into a black hole. So you see the impressions or you saw the clicks happening. Your budget was being spent, but the phone didn't ring. The leads didn't convert and the return on investment just wasn't there. Sometimes it feels like money just disappeared, and it can happen very easily. With one mistake, you can spend $1,000 per month with PPC and get nothing if you haven't set up your campaigns optimized and right. So if you have ever experienced that, you're not alone. Most pest control company owners I talk to have at least one frustrating experience with PPC that left them wondering, does this even work? Just on Monday, I had an experience with a wildlife company. I'm sure you all know Critter Control and their Irvine franchise. And we had a discovery meeting. The owner told me he has no idea. He only had an idea about how much they spent, but he doesn't have an access to the Google panel. He doesn't have proper reporting. So he feels like something is happening, but where is it coming from? Is it coming from referrals? Is it coming from word of mouth? Is it coming from ads? So he had no idea. Basically, it's usually a failure on the agency's side. A lack of understanding of both the Google Ads system and the unique nature of pest control. Here is what I mean. Google assigns something called a quality score to your ads. That score tries to understand how much you pay per click and how often your ads shows up and in what position. To get a high quality score, Google wants your ad, keyword, and landing page to be tightly aligned. So if someone is searching for termite treatment, they should see an ad that mentions termite treatment. And when they click, they should land on a specific page about termite treatment, not just your home page. And not just a page that you put a termite picture and a title. So there should be an information about termite treatment because Google wants to align your keyword and the ads that contain your keyword and the landing page. Most agencies don't go that deep. They will dump all your keywords, pest control, bedbug removal, rodent exterminator, termite control, wildlife removal into one ad group, write a generic ad like local pest control, call now, and send everyone to your homepage. And that is a recipe for disaster. Because when your ad doesn't match what people search for, your click-through rate drops. When your landing page isn't specific or compelling, your conversion rate drops. And when both of those are, your cost per lead skyrockets. And both of those are low, your cost per lead skyrockets and your return on ad spend tanks. In pest control, there are dozens of different intent types. Someone is searching for bedbug exterminator has a completely different need than someone searching for rodent control. So each of these services should be treated as its own mini campaign with its own ad copy and landing page. So each service you provide that season needs to have either separate campaign or separate ad group. When that is done, that is not done, okay, Google penalizes your campaign with low quality scores, meaning you pay more pay per click and get fewer results. So if your ads have been sending traffic to your homepage with a single generic message, that's probably why PPC didn't perform well for your case. So lack of relevance means low quality score. Low quality score means high cost per click. Poor landing experience means low conversions. And all of that means wasted budget. We will talk about that next, but it starts with building separate ad groups or campaigns and separate landing page for each major service you offer. Termites, rodents, bedbugs, wildlife removal, mosquitoes. I think I've already talked too much. I don't know, have you ever had that kind of money out, no leads back experience with Google Ads before? Does that familiar with you? All right. Marsha says yes. I already heard that from Barry yesterday, Marsha.
Mark
And
said yes as well.
all right. Then, can PPC really drive return on investment? So I'm going to explain a real case study with a real customer we have, Optimum Pest Control. We have been working with Optimum Pest Control almost more than 2 years. And a full-service pest control company handling everything from general pests to termites, mosquitoes, and rodents. They do wildlife, but only squirrels and rodents and raccoons. And we also built their website. They are located in Long Island, New York. They have 3 branches. They provide service to Manhattan and Westchester, upstate New York. So here's a snapshot of their results from their overall marketing strategy, which includes search engine optimization and Google Ads website management. These results are only from search engine optimization and Google Ads. So these are August results. So they had 570 leads and their total investment was 8,895 in August. An average cost per lead combination of search engine optimization and Google Ads is 15.60, which is a real fair number. And 267 calls are coming from organic. Total PPC calls are 131. And they have 172 web forms in August. So 69 comes from organic and 103 come from PPC. And web forms, contact forms, request a code form. And also they have a pop-up when you land on their web page. And also from that website, there is an option here, schedule now. So if a visitor would like to schedule by him or herself, they can directly schedule from the website. It is also included on these web forms. So when we look at their PPC numbers, they have 272 leads, including web forms and calls. Total PPC investment, including ad spend and agency fee, 6,395. And average cost per lead is 21.28. Almost 270,000 impressions, 5,000 clicks more than, and CTR is 1.93, and click per cost is $1. So let's see what happens with these 272 leads from PPC. Actually, what happened in August. So conversion rate for 272 leads, let's assume about 40% convert into book jobs, which is typical once you filter out spam calls and tire kickers. That means 109 book jobs. And even average initial service ticket for this customer is 350 in their location, which is a moderate one. So 109 jobs multiplies $350 is $38,000. This is only initial service ticket. So projected return on investment for initial service ticket is 6 times more than what they invest. But we haven't calculated recurring customers yet. So even without recurring customer, in this case, I know from the owner and from his sister, because his sister and her team is closing the leads, 70% of this conversion rate converts to recurring customers. So that means 76 new recurring customers in August. And the quarterly plan costs 800 for the first year and 600 for each subsequent year. So that means depending on the season, you can increase the projected return on investment up to 15 times more than you invested. And that is what makes PPC so powerful. It's not a guessing game, it's measurable, controllable, and scalable. So when they were spending around 25 per month, when we started 2 years ago, their cost per lead stayed in the $35 to $50 range. So as they increased the budget, the performance scaled proportionally. And if you know your cost per lead and close rate, you can calculate exactly how much to invest next month, next quarter, and even next year. So we have already made plans for 2026 for this customer, budgeting for PPC. So next, we are going to talk about how to structure and optimize all these Google campaigns. But before that, do you have any questions to me? Right. So I can go case study after case study, but we have limited time. And before going to how to structure and set up your PPC campaigns, minimum cost and cost per lead and maximum return of investment, first of all, we need to know the metrics. What are the metrics? How much did we spend? How many leads did we generate? And how many of those turned into book jobs? And ultimately, how much revenue did that bring in? So the goal is not just spend on ads. It is to build a repeatable, measurable system that turns ad spend into profit, not a guessing game or hope it works situation. Like our new customer, we had just signed a contract on Tuesday, Crystal Control Irvine. So you shouldn't try to guess, okay, it's working or not. So you should have an idea. If I invest 3,000 more next month, I will generate another 20,000 in book jobs. So when it comes to how to structure your PPC campaign, conversion is a must. So if you are running PPC, proper conversion tracking isn't optional. It's not like search engine optimization or any other marketing medium. It's not just about clicks and total spend. True tracking pushes data back onto Google Ads so you can see exactly which ads or keywords or campaigns generate real leads, calls, form fields, and book jobs. So you need to go beyond counting calls also. Tracking call is not just step one. So in this case, let me share how we track all these things for this customer. This is their call tracking panel for optimum pest control. So we can track all the calls coming to your office phone, and we can even record them, and we can even listen to them and do a quality check. And we can also see the source of all these numbers and which campaign are they coming from. So let me go back to the presentation. So conversion tracking is a must, and your campaign also needs to have a granular search campaigns. Structure your campaigns into tight, focus ad groups, each targeting for specific service with matching ads and landing page. If someone searches for termite treatment near me, they should see an ad about termite treatment, not your homepage. So this is what we have just talked about it. Quality score. So a high quality score means lower cost per click, and that keeps you in the top spots for high intent searches like pest control near me, rodent exterminator, termite inspection, or bedbug treatment. So these are your money keywords. You need to break your campaigns for brand campaign, which is one of the most important campaigns for you, because if somebody is looking for your brand, if source can be referral, or they may see your ad somewhere else, or they may see your brand, maybe your branding because of they're calling you branding on your trucks. So you need to set up a brand campaign that is only for your competitors. So because competitors can use your brand name and set up a campaign on your brand name. And if somebody searches for your brand in your location, they will show up on top of your organic results. You need to have also service campaigns. So like general pest control terms or specific ad groups for termite, mosquito, rodent, wildlife, squirrel, or bed bug. And also each should have ads and landing pages tailored to that service. Same day termite service, safe, human, and guaranteed. And you also need some geo campaigns, which are dedicated to your location, like Winter Park Pest Control, or Altomonte Bricks Exterminator, or Apopka Wildlife Removal. Apart from search, we also have performance max campaigns. Everybody is asking for the last year, are you using AI at your digital marketing mediums or digital marketing campaigns? Of course, we are using AI because since 2021, Google AI's new campaign, Performance Max, started using Google's AI to run ads across search, YouTube, display, and Gmail, and also maps. So you provide your goals, budget, assets, and audience signals, and Google does the rest. So it works best when you have already have conversion tracking, lead to scale tracking, strong creative assets. So yes, Google has been using Google Ads, using AI in their Google Ads campaigns. So also, if you have a search campaign, it works better with your performance max campaign because Google AI is learning from your search campaigns and then take that data and implement it in your performance max campaigns. Additionally, your goal, budget, assets, and audience signals. They just launched, by the way, AI Max. It's a new beta version of Google Ads AI. We are just trying it. It works within search campaigns. It's mostly one of the features of it is when somebody is looking for termites pest control, you can show up as your company can show up just because your competitor is searched by a person. And let's take a look at keyword types matter. So in Google Ads, there are different types of keywords: broad match, phrase match, exact match. I don't want to go deep into these very much indeed. So I wouldn't recommend you to use broad match because that means your campaigns can be clicked by non-relevant search. And even though you use phrase match and exact match, you should be careful with the negative keywords. So you should have a proper keyword listings like jobs, career, association, do it yourself, etc. Because you wouldn't like to be seen to the people who are looking for pest control jobs or pest control association or do it yourself termite treatment. So you have to have a strong keyword list in order to put your Google Ads campaign to avoid unnecessary spend. If you don't have a strong negative keyword list, that means like 20 to 30% of your budget is going to irrelevant clicks. And over time, that adds up to thousands of dollars. Think about you are spending 5K per month, and 20% of it is wasting for negative keywords like pest control jobs or do-it-yourself pest control, do-it-yourself termites. So that means you are wasting $1,000 per month for irrelevant clicks. And that means $12,000 per year. So you should be very careful what kind of keyword types you are using and what kind of negative keywords you have to add to your campaigns. And of course, you need to write compelling text ads that resonates with what the customer typed and find you and click your ad. So it's nice to use same day service, locally owned, call now. People like to do business with local companies, but also speak directly to your customers' urgency and emotion. So like termites don't wait, get your inspection book today. Or here scratching in your attic, we will remove a wildlife today. So when your ads sound human, your click-through rate increases and that boosts your quality scores, which lowers your cost per lead. And don't forget ads. extensions. So Google lets you use a lot of extensions, and these are service extension, call it location extension. So as much as you use all these extensions, you end up using more space in search results and share more info, like your phone number, service areas. Even there's an option to use review extension. So even you can show your reviews on ads copy. And also we have assets groups in Performance Max campaign. So you can add as much as videos and images and descriptions, long headlines, short headlines. So that means that allows you to be seen on different mediums of Google, like search, display, YouTube, and discover. And even when somebody is looking at his Gmail account, you can see a small ad on top of your email. Okay, one of the most important thing is you have to land visitors on solid, well-thought out pages on your website that are built to cover. You cannot send each of your Google Ads campaign or your ad group to your homepage. Instead, you need to send your visitors to dedicated landing page, a strong service-specific headline, real reviews and trust badges, and a clear call to action like schedule now, call today. Let me share you one landing page from the same customer for rodent control. You may also use your specific service landing page, but you may also create a separate landing page for only your Google Ad campaigns. Okay, let's see. First of all, your landing page should be optimized for mobile because 70 to 80% of traffic now comes from mobile. So that is where your design needs to shine on mobile. And let me share my screen. What I would like to say. So let's see rodent controlled here. Why I'm saying rodent control? Because it's East Coast and now it's time for rodents. So for this specific customer, we only do general pest control campaign and rodent control. So you see, I have every call to action. I have phone number here. I have call to action, ad, text, call before noon for same day service. I have a content for rodent control because I want it match with my keyword, rodent control. And I have other call to actions, text, call now, appointment, code. Even I have AI chat where visitors can directly check with an AI person. So stop to share. Let's go back to the presentation. All right. When your ad and landing page are perfectly aligned, meaning the keywords matches the ad and the ad leads to a page that speaks exactly what the visitors are looking for, your conversion rate can increase by 5 to 20% more compared to sending traffic to a generic homepage. So that's how you turn an average campaign into a high-performing one. So we have tested this across dozens of campaigns, and simple always performs best. And like I mentioned, how you look, most traffic today comes from mobile. So that is where you should take care of. So you should be aware that your mobile look really aligns with what customers are looking for. It should be user friendly. It should be user experienced. And finally, test everything all the time. Split test your headlines, split test your descriptions, split test your landing page. You can even send traffic from your Google Ads and try version A, version B at the same time. So same ad can go version A and version B, and you can, like a month later, you can decide, okay, this works better. Let's proceed with that landing page, or let's proceed with that ad copy. Competitors change. Bits fluctuate, and Google's algorithm evolves. Like I said, we are now trying AI Max campaigns now. It's beta version. So your campaigns should too. So it's not like, okay, we set up our Google Ads and let's leave it for good. No, You need to see, and you need to also, your goal should be always to know which keywords brings the best leads, which ads gets the highest click-through rates, which landing page converts the most visitors. So that's how you keep your campaigns more profitable and scalable. So if there is one thing to remember from this section is this: never spend $1 on PPC, whether it's search or performance max, without conversion tracking in place. Apart from that, I have talked already too much. So how does that make sense so far? I just want to check with you so you're still with me. And if you learned anything new, please say yes in the chat. If something resonates with you. Right. We have a couple of yeses. Thank you, Bailey. And thank you, Shaw. The other thing is, we just mentioned, I'm sure everybody has a frustrating experience with an agency before, or maybe you are working with an agency right now, but there should be some question to ask your PPC provider. It can also be somebody at your company in-house. These are the things you must ask your PPC provider. First of all, how much of your budget will go to Google Ads spend or management fees? Okay, which campaign type is the best for pest control? There is no certain answer for that. It depends on, actually, they all work together. Like, you can set up a search campaign and wait to convert. First, you need to combine all these campaigns. So search and performance works together. And if it is for seasonal packages, you can also add remarketing campaigns, which means to the people who already visited your website or social media, so you can remarket yourself to this group. So there is no one campaign that works very well. We can say that works very well with pest control. You need to use different campaigns together. And let's see. Yes. So how much of my budget is actually going to ads versus management fees? So this is a big one because some agencies like to bundle everything in one number, like you will pay 5K amount and we will handle it all for you. But when you ask, okay, how much of that goes to Google Ads? They often don't tell you. This is a red flag. So that's why I always advise our customers or people who we do discovery call or strategy call, even though they don't keep working with us, we always advise them on your own Google Ads account. Be the manager, be the owner of that Google Ads account. Why? There are two reasons. First of all, you will see clearly and transparently how much you spend only for Google Ads. Second, Google Ads works with history. So as much as you are in that Google Ads account, they value you differently. So it's not the same. You just set up your Google campaign today, or you have a history. So for the last 2 years, and Google now using AI and algorithm works with the history. So Google now knows with the 2 years data that what kind of campaigns, what kind of keywords you are looking for, which keywords converted well in your area or for your business. So that's why you need to own your own Google Ads account. You shouldn't leave it to your agency, even though they set up the account for you. You need to ask them, please make our email as owners, because you are paying money for that. The second question is, what type of tracking is in place? What do they track? Phone calls, form submissions, chat conversations separately. So they should tell you how many leads come from search engine optimization, Google Ads, from Facebook, or from other sources, even email marketing. Most importantly, our conversations actually track back to the ad campaigns and keywords that generated them. Are they optimizing your campaign with that tracking info? So at a minimum level, you should know how many leads came from PPC, how many leads came from search engine optimization, and the cost per lead from each. The third question is, what KPIs are you tracking and reporting on? So if you want visibility into the average cost per lead, your total ad spend, and your return on investment. So if they can show you a simple dashboard that keeps you understand what is going on and you're not really in control of your marketing. So we use a dashboard like this. Let me share it. So this is a dashboard we are using, actually one of the dashboards. So we can see this customer. Let's also, it's a dynamic reporting system. By the way, this is Looker Studio. It's a free tool from Google, and you just need to set it up all the details. That's what, if you are working with an agency, you may ask them to provide such a reporting for you. It's also a dynamic report, so you can see past actions. And when we end October, it will dynamically update itself. So we can see calls, works a little bit slow, and also channels. Where are the calls coming from? And form submits. We can even track the traffic from each location. Google My Business profile, how many sessions are coming from this profile, how many users, how many quotes, how many phone calls are coming from this specific location. They also have a location in Westchester. And you also have a section for Google Ads. So you can see detailed information for each campaign. So here is your questions. Mark asked which campaign works best. So you see we have a couple of search campaigns, we have a couple of performance max campaign, we have display campaign for remarketing, we have smart campaign for Google My Business. So there is no one answer which campaign works best for pest control. You can also see 1 year numbers. All right, we already talked about KPIs, and also you need to ask them, question them. Are you running tests and optimizing the campaigns continuously? Ask whether they are A/B testing your ads, different headlines, different calls to action or offers, different visuals like photos, videos. Now, Google also allows you don't have to have very professional photos or professional videos. Google also allows you to create videos in Google Ads panel, just sharing a couple of photos and just briefing the AI, Google Ads AI, about what you would like to see as a video. So you need to ask them, are they updating the headlines? Are they updating CTAs? Are they updating their offers? So with Performance Max ads, your ads also being shown on different channels like YouTube. Are they updating or optimizing photos, videos? Are they split testing for keywords or ad copies? Are they using ad extensions? I just show you as much as ad extensions you use, that means you have much space on ad results. Those small optimizations can make a massive difference in your cost per lead and conversion rate. And also, what are your targets in terms of cost per lead and return on investment? So today with my team, the question was how we can improve our landing page because we want more return on investment. So you need to set goals. Your agency should set goals for return on investment, the goals for cost per lead. How can they decrease cost per lead? You can't improve if you don't measure. So you need to know your numbers. These are the list of questions you can ask your provider. And if that's helpful to you, please say yes to the chat. So I feel like it's insightful for you guys. All right. No yeses. So wasn't that insightful? Okay, Emma says yes. Mark says yes. Bailey says yes. Good. And what makes our campaigns better and different? First of all, we split the campaign into strategic ad groups or strategic campaign groups based on our experience in pest control industry. And so we do split tests constantly, not only for keywords, not only for ad groups, not only for campaign, we also do it for landing page. And we set up conversion optimized pages and ensure true conversion tracking. So meaning every call from submission or chat is tracked back. We can even track text chats with our setup. So we can say which keyword or ad generated that text chat with the customer. So with us, there's no guessing because I love numbers personally. My background is engineering. So without numbers, I don't feel safe. So it's how I was trained while at college. Then marketing came to my life after my master's degree. So I need to know how many calls came from Google Ads, how many came from organic traffic, how many from direct website visits, even which keywords brought these leads and at what cost. So this makes it possible for us to optimize for conversions, lower your cost per lead, and increase your return on investment. We rotate and test ads monthly, refining headlines, offers, and targeting to constantly improve results. What makes that difference is you will have each customer of ours has access to a dashboard that shows all the key metrics in one place. How much you spent, how much you generated, your average cost per lead, and your projected return on investment. So you can also project your next month, next quarter, and next year. And we are so transparent. You will always know how much we charge, how much went directed to your campaigns, and what platforms we are investing on your behalf, whether it's Google Ads, Meta, or local service ads campaigns. So nothing is hidden and no confusion. So we have already talked about numbers. And so hopefully it gives you a clear picture of what is possible with pay-per-click advertising and how transparency and tracking make all the difference in driving better results. And if you like some help with us or want to talk about how we can help implement these ideas for your business, just type "Let's talk" and can you please put our booking link on the chat? And you can directly schedule a time to chat, or Regina can give you a call and we can walk you through how we can help you maximize your lead flow through internet marketing. And if you'd like to have a review, we will take a close look at your current setup. You don't need to work with us. We can analyze your website rankings, your PPC campaigns to identify what is working and what could perform even better if there's a room for improvement, and show you exactly where you stand. And if everything looks great, we will tell you that everything looks great. And if there's room for improvement, we will show you exactly what to adjust, how we can help you apply these strategies to get better results. And I think that's all. And once again, it's an honor being here. I really appreciate you taking a few times out of your day to go through this with me. This is not our first webinar as a company, but this was my first webinar personally. And I hope you find it valuable and insightful. And like I said, if you like to talk with us, please book a call and we will review everything with you, what's working well or not. And all right, do you have any questions? So if you have any questions, I can also reply now, or you can book a call with me one-on-one so we can review your questions together. Any questions? So what are the risks of running a PPC campaign? Oh, you came late, Bailey. If you don't have a conversion tracking, you don't know which campaigns work best, which ad group works best, which keywords are converting, and how can you optimize your campaigns, and how can you decide the budget allocation to each campaign or to each ad group. So if you don't know your numbers, you don't know how to invest this month, next month, or quarterly. So the biggest risk is, so you are spending money, but have no idea about what is converting. So it's okay, something is coming, but it's just a guessing game. Any questions? All right, excellent. So nothing, any other questions. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Guys, thanks again. And hope to talk to you soon. Have a great day. Thank you.